If you're a high risk patient.
It's time for the Great Kampe Show. Brought to you by the Evans Law Group. Mr. Hills, here's Coach Kampe in the voice of the
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Greg Kampe Show. We are back at it here live from RJ's Pub in Rochester Hills. My name is Neil Roll, the voice of the Golden Grizzlies. Of course, he is the coach, Greg Kampe. Year number 7, season number 7. This was The Simpsons, season number 7. Yep.
Really?
Yep. Believe that?
You made it through 7
I made it through 7 seasons. Well, you know what it is? The highest rated show on this station at this time. Year number 7.
Are we even on the same station?
Every station we've been on, we've been in a high rated show at this time. We carry the audience with us, Cam.
Yeah, I know people that all across the country that listen to it, at least 7 or 8.
Right.
So,
It's all starting to make sense now, doesn't it, Cam?
yeah.
Feels good to be back here, though, doesn't it?
It
Everybody
does.
back out
It
again.
does.
Appreciate y'all coming
Yeah.
out for sure.
Yeah, RJ's, give them a little love.
Oh, absolutely. RJ's Pub, we were having that discussion with Russ Jr. yesterday, came through here, and we kind of walked through everything, make sure everything was okay. But again, Greg Hessen back in our Odyssey studios, and our usual producer, Jimmy Kennedy, actually came out today. He's over there at the table over there, so he just wanted to, get
Everybody, clap for Jimmy.
Jimmy Kennedy, everybody. He's the one that makes everything go. He makes everything go.
How'd you get the night off?
It'll work out.
I see why you're in production and not on the.
Everybody's enjoying this time.
Yeah. No, but big thank you to Rockland. She's taking care of everybody here today. But we are back at it. We are back in effect. Greg Kampe Show brought to you by Henry Ford Sports Medicine, the official team physicians for Oakland University and you. For more information, visit henryford.com/athletes. Corporate sponsors and everything, Cam.
You're doing your job.
Absolutely.
Now we need to start doing ours because it hasn't been a real good start.
Right, and let's pick it up right there, Camp. 2 games in, it's a matter of 3 games technically into the season.
Give us the win
I
now. I don't care who it was against. Give us the win.
I do though.
We actually, if you can believe this, a Greg Kampe coach team, after 1 week of the season, we led the nation in defensive points per game because we were only giving up 27 a game until the Bowling Green game. And we gave up 87 and 92, which is more like us. But for 1 week, we led. If you looked up the NCAA stats, we were leading in the defensive category.
I took a screenshot of it.
Did you?
I still have it. I'll send it to you. Then maybe 10 years down the road or something like that. But yeah, Coach. I mean, just with it there, and look, I know the Bowling Green game and a huge crowd yesterday out there. The crowd was awesome. It was a lot of fun to be around. Kate Cunningham was in the house and everything. The Oklahoma State game. Just give us your 30,000 foot view.
Well, I mean, I'm so thankful that, Giz is here and the people that, work so hard to get that arena filled up for us. And what a great job they do. And I'm so thankful to our students, to come the way they come. And I mean, when we played Defiance on a Monday night at 5:30, the whole end zone was full of students, which that's pretty amazing. I mean, 95% of them had never heard of Defiance. I grew up there, so I'm not even sure I'd heard of it half the time. And so, when you see that, I feel really bad. I thought we would beat Oklahoma State. I really did. I thought, getting Power 5 in our building. We've been very successful in those games of late, and I'm really sadly disappointed in the way we played, the way we competed, the way we shot the basketball. It's been just terrible all year. And we're a team that I thought we were built on shooting, and you're going to struggle to win games. I thought we should have beaten Bowling Green. Bowling Green and Oklahoma State both shot the ball better than they have in a long, long time. And, I've got to go through that and look at it, because I think every team, you play 3 to 5 games a year where everything goes good and you play above your level. Okay, we'll do that this year. Teams we play will do that. And did Bowling Green and Oklahoma State shoot the ball above their level against us, or were we just so bad defensively that they made shots? And that's what I have to figure out, what we're doing. But Bowling Green, I mean, I don't know the exact statistics, but over the last 3 years, I think they've had 2 games where they made 10 threes in the game. They made 10 in the first half against us.
This won't make you feel any better, Camp, but Oklahoma State had 2 games in the last 2.5 years where they made 10 threes too. Their SID gave me that stat for the broadcast. But yeah, it was the same thing.
So was it just those 2 teams? And I get Bowling Green doing it. They got a bunch of new guys. They were picked low in their league. They're way better than obviously that. I thought they were a really good basketball team. But we should have won the game. I mean, we did everything we had to do, even shooting the ball the way we were, even giving up 20 offensive rebounds, all that kind of stuff. We were in position to win it. And, a fluke play happened where there was a loose ball and we could have dove on it. Yeah.
Dove on it, yep.
Yeah, we could have dove on it. We didn't. We reached for it. They picked it up, and we had vacated the basket area. And the guy made a good play, found the guy in the basket for a layup to put them up 1. And then we missed the 2 free throws. So we're the front end of a 1-1. So we didn't, games come down to free throw shooting. That. One of the reasons we've won a lot of games over the years is because we're a very good free throw shooting team historically. And we will be this year too. I expect we'll be a top 5 team in the country shooting free throws when it's all said and done. I guess if that's going to happen, you want it to happen now. You don't want that to happen in March. Over the last decade, so many of those crazy things have happened in March against us. And so having it happen in the first or the second game of the season was, things are going to happen, and let's get through it and move on.
Absolutely. We'll get into what's coming up next here for the Golden Grizzlies this week. Another tough assignment going on the road to Toledo, Eastern Michigan with Amani Bates. Will be here in the arena on Saturday. We will talk about that as well. Remember, you can get your questions in also on Twitter. Send a tweet with the hashtag #AskCampe, and we will get to those a little bit later on in the show as well. But yeah, Camp, I mean, just looking at it and looking back on it right now, and you talked about this in the press conference where you said the thing that was disappointing about it was you feel as though this team was going to be based on scoring the basketball, shooting the basketball, putting the ball through the net, and you guys just haven't shot it well as of yet.
That and, the engine that runs, boy, that pizza looks good though.
Yeah,
the engine that runs our, no, it wasn't me. The engine that runs our offense is injured, and we don't want to hear that. I mean, like, look what he did. Look what happened to us in February and March last year, and dealt with his injury. Um, Hopefully, we brought Lauren Bowman in here to back him up, and Lauren had struggled a little bit, but kind of blossomed the other night, and maybe that'll help us because until Jalen gets healthy, I think we'll, if Jalen's healthy, you won't see us score 60 points in a game. If he's not healthy, we did it without him at Rochester. We did it the other night. Anybody that thought watch that game, there was a coach in the league that called one of my assistants today and said, "What the hell's wrong with Jalen Moore?" And he didn't know he'd been, injured. And even a coach could see that, when Jalen's game is based on speed, and he's playing on 1.5 ankles right now. And we've got to figure out what to do to either shut him down or somehow get him, because when we go to Cleveland State on December 1st, he has to be 100%. And we'll figure that out. Our training staff will figure that out. Jalen just wants to play. It's his last year. I mean, he really wants to play against Imani Bates in Eastern Michigan. It looks like it's going to be another close to sellout. So, his competitive juices are telling him to play. And I'm not going to, it's his last year. I'm not going to get in the way of that. But at some point, if it doesn't heal, we have to shut him down.
And Camp, like as a fan, as an alum, that I am, it is disappointing, right? It's a disappointing circumstance because I talked to a couple of the media people that reached out and asked about the season and stuff like that. And I said, like, this stretch of home games we have, I've been here going on 10 years now, a little bit over 10 years. This is as exciting as a home schedule probably that we've ever had since I've been here, Camp. I mean, just, the star power and the names and everything.
Yeah, I mean,
disappointing.
I think Bates going to Eastern Michigan changed that. But getting, one of the things that when we brought these Power 5 teams in, we've always brought them in years we were pretty good, and that's why we won. And so that didn't look very good yesterday. The second half did not look good at all. And I don't think we quit. I just think that, we couldn't shoot, and, the momentum went the other way. And one of your stupid sayings you say all the time about the barn and the horses.
The horses got out of the barn. Yeah.
Yes, they did. And
you like that one for saying stupid, though.
No, it's pretty stupid.
But you say it a lot.
Yeah, I don't think I ever say it. But I think that happened. And, I thought we did a great job starting the second half. And they called a timeout, came down, they ran a lob play, and we had a player make a mistake on it, which that's the difference between winning and losing. And and that took all that, we came out with that momentum, and we got to the rim 3 straight times for layups. We scored, and that kind of took that momentum away. And then one of their guys made a tough 3, and it was as you said, they were out there running. But another issue, we cut it 28-22, and we had 3 possessions to cut it to 4 or 3. We missed a 1-and-1. We missed a wide open 3.
Right? Yeah. That was the one that kind of stuck out, was because it was there and the crowd was begging for it.
Yep,
begging.
It just, it just wasn't meant to be. And it got ugly, and there wasn't a whole lot we were going to do to fix it. The good is that it got Lauren those minutes, and hopefully those 10 minutes changed his trajectory and how he feels about his game, and gave him some confidence in himself, because he's really been struggling. Someone asked me a few minutes ago about his demeanor and that, and it's just, here's a kid that, was one of the best players in the state of Michigan, went to Wisconsin, the pandemic hit, he got COVID really bad, he had all kinds of, issues, and physical issues, and didn't get to play, then went back, hit COVID again. The second year he was, in the rotation, and it hit again, and it's just his whole life's kind of blown up on him. and it's been a struggle for him. And he came here to get fixed, and it's my job to fix him. And you don't fix someone like that by throwing him out there and letting him get beat up. You slowly give him, like I did not play him in the Bowling Green game, and I think he was very disappointed in that. I know a lot of fans were, but the way that game started, and the way we kept getting it tied, then falling behind, getting it tied, fall behind, get it tied, fall behind, take the lead. I didn't want to put him in a position to fail because sure he might have made 2 shots in a row and we'd have gone up 8, but the way he practiced and played and that just didn't want to put him in a situation where if he fails, that could really stunt the growth. And he got a chance to play against really good players because they didn't sell. I don't there was 2.5 minutes to go in that game and they had their starters in and they were pressing. And he had to go against that, and he handled it well, and he made a shot, and you could see the weight of the world go off his shoulders, and so there's a time that we're going to look back maybe and say, boy, I still remember when Reggie Hamilton was in that position, and we had a great team. He was trying to, and finally there was a play against Oral Roberts that he made late in the game that I would tell you changed the trajectory of his career at Oakland. Maybe we'll be able to go back and say that Oklahoma State game, only one good thing came out of it, but it's a good.
In camp, I remember that when you brought that up in the press conference too, because the light went off, and I had forgotten about that. That was something that I had talked about with transfers in the past, with Kendrick and Jamal and everything like that. It's a different length of process, obviously, depending on the person. When Reggie got here, I didn't know if he was going to make it at first. You know what I'm saying? Like when he first got here, I know you remember that too. And then there he is beating David.
I think Rocket's going through it too.
Right.
The difference with Rocket is he's been playing, and so I put him in that position, but he's struggling with what we do. He's struggling when to go, when not to go. He's struggling with his jump shot right now, and it's just all a confidence thing. We're going to put in practice tomorrow. We're going to put in a couple. One of the problems with Rocket that he and I are, on opposite pages on right now because in his life he's a scorer, but when the ball gets in his hands, he's what we call a ball stopper. Okay, he catches, he looks, he jab steps, and what he doesn't understand is that at the level that we play and the level he came from, is that when you do that, you allow the defense to get where they're supposed to be. And now it's not him against one guy, it's him against 5 guys. We're pretty good at ball movement and always have been. And the swinging of the ball, and he catches it, he's got to go. And that's what I'm trying to teach him to do. But it's so ingrained in him that jab step and catch and look and move the ball in his hands and all the stuff that
size up the guy that's all NBA type stuff, right? More or less.
But the difference is the NBA game, the rules are different defensively. You can't stack 5 guys in the paint. You can't. The scouting report on Rocket is he's going to drive left and, he catch the ball and there's 3 guys there. So we're going to put a couple sets in tomorrow that are going to give him the opportunity to clear the floor out of our offense, sets that aren't in our offense, just even a different alignment. And get him the ball in space where, maybe he can make a couple good plays and then he himself get going. And so I'm going to make that adjustment for him, but he's going to have to make some adjustments for me. And I'm going to try and get him, where he has a couple good games. And next Monday, I'd like to, bring him to the show and maybe we can even talk about that, how he's handling it. You guys can ask him questions. He might say, no, Kampe doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. There's a good chance of that. But, that's what we're trying to do with him. And it's a process. It is a process when kids transfer. Like Jamal Cain, you probably don't remember this, but he was horrible in the exhibition game last year. And then I forget who we opened with it, and he was horrible. And then we went on the road. And he was really good away from home. And then he became it. With Jamal and Kendrick, both of them had to learn how to be Batman. They were Robins in their career. Cato's or whatever star show you watched when you were growing up, the hero show, what was Tonto? Was that the Lone? No, was that the horse?
Was
The
that
Lone
in color?
Ranger.
Camp, was that in color?
No, that one wasn't in color.
Okay.
Tonto, right? Yeah, the Lone Ranger. What was the horse's? Silver. There you go. See, these, I know my audience.
Okay.
So, though, that's what Jamal Cain. And by the way, for all of you here, Jamal Cain at this moment holds the all-time record in the NBA for three-point field goal percentage. Right? He's 1 for 1. He's 100,000%. Nobody can ever beat that. I text him that he shouldn't shoot anymore. Don't ever shoot again. You can go down in history books.
Right. It'd be the opposite of Max Hooper.
Right.
Never shoot a three again.
Right.
As opposed to Max only shoots threes. All right, we'll take our first break. When we come back, Camp, we'll kind of take a look at college basketball coming into the season. Of course, we have your questions on Twitter with the hashtag AskCampy as well. And